Alright, good morning. Welcome back to RHD Godzilla. So today we're going to work on bleeding the brakes on the RX-7. I'm waiting on the starter to get here, so there's not a whole lot I can do on the engine. So I'm going to work on getting the brakes bled and just some of the other stuff that I can work on while I'm waiting on the car to, or the starter to get here. So in order to do that, the first thing I do is take the wheels off. I have a power bleeder. This thing is great. Basically what you do is you fill this with brake fluid. You put this on your reservoir up top. You pump this thing up to 15 psi, and then you can go take your wheels off. You can open and close open the bleeder, and this thing will force the fluid out around and then through your system and push it out the bleeders. You just got to keep an eye on this to make sure that this doesn't go empty, which I usually will fill it up, a good way, so I don't worry about too much. And then this thing here stays, I try and keep it between 10 and 15 psi, but if it drops a little bit below, it's not a big deal, but try and keep this thing pumped up. And then of course got rags, gloves, because brake fluid is extremely corrosive, so it will eat through your paint. So the second you get any of this on your paint by accident or whatever, make sure you have a spray bottle, spray it down with water, wipe it down real good, and just do that a couple times just to make sure you don't have any, you don't lose any of your paint. Another thing you're gonna need is a set of these wrenches. They are designed for like bleeder valves, things like that. They tend to not strip it out. So hopefully it's a 10, which I believe it is. I was doing the clutch yesterday and it was actually an 8, and my set only goes down to a 9. So I had to just use a regular wrench, which I don't like doing because it tends to strip them out. But fortunately it wasn't on there very tight, so it wasn't an issue in that case. So, and then of course, I think I may have mentioned gloves, but some gloves. So we're gonna go ahead and get the wheels taken off, and I'm gonna do all 4 wheels. So I'm gonna take them off at one time. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is go ahead and get these wheels taken off. Okay, so now that we've got the wheels off, we're gonna go ahead and get the bleeder set up. You always want to start bleeding from the farthest wheel away from the reservoir. So in my case, the reservoir's over on the driver's side, which most vehicles it will be. So you're gonna start on the rear passenger side, then you're gonna go to the rear driver's side, and then the front passenger side, and then you're gonna end on the front driver's side on this car. So you always start at the farthest break away from the reservoir, so that way you get all the air out the system, you work your way forward, getting all the air out, and you're not working your way back, pushing air into it. So yeah, so let's get this thing set up and get these brakes bled. All right, so I got an empty bottle. You can use a water bottle or whatever. I just happen to have this bottle here. I got some line. So we're gonna go ahead and hook up the line in the bottle to the back of the brakes. It's been a little bit since I've been back into here to do this, so I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of clean up this little area with some brake real quick with just some brake cleaner. Just don't want to contaminate the brakes here, so spray that down, wipe it. There we go. So now we got to put the hose on, which is sometimes a pain in the butt. So what I like to do is get a pair of needle nose. All right, so once you kind of got all your tools together and that, gonna need to slide this hose right in here, and it's gonna go onto that. So what I like to do is take a pair of pliers, get you a pair of pliers, kind of squeeze it on there. That should be it there. All right, so it is an 8. So I don't have the small enough as a wrench for the line, so I have to use this one here. So we're gonna put that on there like that. We're gonna go ahead and slide this tube over. Like that. And then we'll go ahead and get the power bleeder set up. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to get your 8mm put on there on the bleeder valve, and then go ahead and get your hose put on there as well. Then you're going to take and you're going to want to get your bottle and put the hose down in the bottle to catch the fluid. I'm going to shorten this hose up a little bit because it's a little too long. Okay, so apparently the clutch reservoir and the brake reservoir are two different types of caps. For whatever reason, they did that. So the motive bleeder worked great on the clutch, but not on the brake reservoir. So I'm gonna have to do it a different way, using just a bottle filled with fluid by the brakes, and then just going in and pumping the brakes and making sure that I keep everything submerged and that no air gets in the system. So I'm gonna set that up real quick, show you what I'm talking about, and then I'll be right back. All right, so what you do is you take a bottle, it can be a water bottle or whatever, just make sure it's dry. You put some clean fluid in it. I fill this one up about halfway. You're gonna take the hose that's on the bleeder valve in the back, and you're gonna put it in here and make sure it stays submerged. You're gonna go ahead and open up the bleeder valve, and then start slowly pressing and depressing the brake. Just checking every once in a while, stopping every probably 4 pumps to make sure that your reservoir is still full. You don't want to let any air in it. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's go back here to the back of the car. Alright, so you're just going to put the hose down in here, make sure that the hose stays submerged and that the bottle is not going to tip over. So I put mine all the way toward the bottom. And then you can go ahead and open up this valve. Keep them, of course what I just did was I forgot that the hose is going to twist with it. So I had almost tipped the bottle over. Alright, so it's starting to get a little bit of fluid flowing out of there. Alright, here's the line. So I have blue colored fluid in there right now. So once all that fluid is out, it should start to be clear. So I'm gonna go ahead and press the brake and see what we can see. We get this thing bled. Alright, so as you can see, the fluid is now clear. There's no bubbles coming out. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten this back up and move to the next caliper. Alright, so now we're on the driver rear side. I'm going to do the same thing, just going to kind of clean this little area up here real quick. So there should be caps on all of them. The last one didn't have one. This one does. Sometimes they're a little bit of a pain to get off. Go ahead and run the hose through here. Okay. Alright, so the hose is ran through there. And we'll go ahead and open up the brake line. And go ahead and start pumping the brakes. Alright, so I've gotten all the air out of this line here. I'm going to go ahead and close it up. It all cleared up as well. So I'm going to go ahead and close it up and disconnect it. And put this cap back on. And that's it for the rear brakes. Now it's time to move to the front passenger side. Hey GoPro, stop recording. Alright, so we're going to do the same process over here. Go ahead and pop this little rubber cap off. Okay, I need to get new caps at some point here. So take that off, make sure you don't lose it. I'm going to go ahead and give it just a little spray here just to clean it up a bit. Okay, so now put this line on like that. I might try and put a different size line on this one. Alright, so I already pulled the little cover off. I'll go ahead and just spray it down real quick. A little bit of, there we go. Put it down. Got a little bit of fluid flowing out. Get this thing off. There we go. Alright, so it's tight. Give it a little, just clean it off. Wipe it down. I might order new these covers here because these ones are pretty rough and beat up. But so now the next thing you want to do is make sure the reservoir is topped off. Alright, that should be good. Gotta put this thing back down in there like that. Put the lid back in here like this. Alright. So that's all there is to it. So this is filled up to the line. There's a line here that's minimum and a maximum line. So it's filled up to the max. We'll kind of see how I did once we were able to start the car. But I'm gonna go and put the wheels back on. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and put the wheels back on the car. Got the brakes bled today, so that's a one less thing that we gotta do before we can get this thing back on the ground and get it driving. So the torque spec is 67 to 87 foot-pounds on the wheels. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it, the torque wrench, to probably 80, just kind of right in the middle there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting the wheels put on so I can. Now I'll try and torque the front ones. Of course, I have no way to really have anybody step on the brake or any of that. So actually, I'll probably wait till I put it on the ground and retorque it. So I'll do it that way for the fronts. Alright, so just be careful with this stuff because it gets on everything. You don't have to put a lot on there, just a tiny amount. Of course it gets on everything whenever you're not paying attention either. I have to come back in here and wipe that off. So you can hear how that noise on there. You put the anti-seize on there, it should make that noise go away for the most part. Yeah, see? No more binding. Oop, he already put some on there. Alright, so once again, just gonna do a cross pattern. I'm not putting a lot of torque on them, just a little bit there. Alright, so I got the torque wrench set to 80 foot-pounds. You can see that. Alright, so this wheel is done. Put the lid back on this mess here. Alright, so this time I'm going to go ahead and put the anti-seize on ahead of time. Ooh, put a little too much on that one. There we go. Alright, so this one's good to go. Let's move good on to the front one here. Alright, for the last one, we'll do the same exact thing. Just put our anti-seize on, put the tire on, lug nuts, and torque them down. Alright, so I have to retorque these once the car's on the ground, and I have to do that then. So that's it, brakes are done. Alright, so that's it for the video. Brakes are all 100% done, wheels are on. The only thing I gotta do is I gotta torque down the front two wheels, just because they're not on the ground, so I can't get them all the way torqued. The rears are done, but got the brakes 100% bled. Just remember, I always start at the one farthest away from the reservoir. So in this car here, it would be rear passenger side, rear driver side, passenger side, and then the front driver's side. So it's all done. Just waiting on the starter to get here so I can do some other stuff, but for now that is probably going to be it. So thanks again for watching, appreciate it. Please comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Thank you.